All right, well, go for it. Yes. Yay. She did scream at you about coming into her father's vault. New vault, who dis? It's the scene from Monty Python where Lancelot goes charging through the castle, killing everyone. Oh, jeez. All right. So, yes, you exploring the vault. A ghoulish-looking creature rushed out at you, screaming about how this was her father's vault. Godric leading the charge. You all immediately, very quickly slew her. However, the sounds of the battle, and possibly the taunting of the GM, attracted some native creature as an Ankeg then burst out of the ground right behind Supaklu. 8 feet long with many legs and mandibles waving menacingly in your direction. And it is Captain Raid's turn. So he spins around after having been ready to charge at Nira question mark, um, and charges at the Ankeg instead. So he will get right. If I drag it on the right screen, he will get right up into melee with the Ankeg, and he's going to take a swing with his big old sword. Uh, he's going to take two swings. First is an 18, which I believe it's the Ankeg. Let me double check and make sure that I'm not cheating. Yes, it hits. So it takes 6 points of damage. And he swings again. It's a 21, which does not hit. Just kidding. For another 6 points of damage. So he immediately charges this thing and gets right under its claws and gets two nasty slashes into this thing's chest as it rears up at Zipaklu. Suan, it is your turn. Okay. Ankeg is not a terribly dexterous creature. Surprise, surprise. And it gets a 5. So 8 points of damage. Roll. That's a d8, right? Yeah, nice. Max damage on that. No. Eldritch Blast only rolls a flat d10. Hmm. Oh, if you have okay, you're talking about like the agonizing blast or whatever it is. Yeah, but the cantrip itself just gets the d10. Anyway, what am I doing? Okay, it's taking 8 points of damage. Okay. Anything else on your turn, Sivan? Okay. And Peck is in this little kind of hidey hole back behind you, just kind of cowering in fear. All right, it is the Ankeg's turn. Hmm. It is going to. See what it can hit in a line. Oh, why do you have bacon on you? Can't remember what that means. Oh, okay. Yeah, okay, sure. I thought it was either bacon or like Crest toothpaste or something. Um, That's awesome. Okay, so it is going to uh from its reared back position, it is going to spit acid in a straight line, which is just actually going to miss Captain Raid, but it's going to catch Supaklu and Cole. I need both of you to make dexterity saving throws. You both fail. So you take 7 points of damage each. Uh, yeah, as this nasty green bile looking stuff splashes all over the two of you and kind of sizzles as it makes contact with your flesh. Okay, that's the Ankeg. Supaklu, you are up. Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Okay. This is your melee expertise. That's amazing. So duration is an hour. I think it actually might still be up from when you cast it in the earlier fight. So it goes down when you run out of temp HP? Uh Active magical force. I'll copy and paste the whole thing. It looks to me like it doesn't depend on the temp HP. So you could still have the effect up. Now, if you want to recast it so that you also get the temp hit points, that's fine. Okay. Okay. Gotcha. Okay. All right. I will double check that rule later, but it looks to me like it should still be up. But yeah, you cast it again, so take your 5 temp hit points. Okay, and then you're going to move to where? Yeah. Oh no, he's just trying to figure out the basic version of it. All right. Uh okay. Well, it's going to take a bite at you as you go. It gets a 10. Yes. It misses as you. Okay. Which is actually sad for you. You probably would have rather that it hit. All right. All right. Okay. Well, Cole, you are up. All right. Pulls out a strip of bacon. Ooh, a crit. So that is one regular hit and one crit. That is, jeez. 14, 17, 29 points damage. Okay. Um, Godric is okay. So Godric is up. Um, he is going to, of course, charge in. Although, let's see if he can get there. Yeah, he can get there. He will charge in with his torch, yelling for House Lex. And he is going to open his character sheet. And it's a free action for me. It takes an extra action for you. He is going to attack with a long sword. I believe he has a shield up, so yeah, I'm gonna do this one-handed. A 24 will certainly hit. He does 7 more points of damage to this thing. It's starting to look pretty bad. All right. Um, and Captain Raid is going to go again. You also take 2 more swings. Hits it with the first. Crits it with the second. Holy cow. All right. It is in really bad shape now. And Sivan, it is your turn. Okay. And it fails. So, Sivan, how do you want to do this? Had 1 hit point left. Yeah, he actually says that as he falls. Well, it was in Sylvan, so none of you recognized it. No. And so yeah, the antenna breaks off and yeah, you just see its gigantic inside insect eyes just kind of all roll back up in its head and it just collapses. You're gonna blast it again, Cole? Alright. Roll, yeah, make an attack roll. Uh nine. Yeah, I think it you hit the rock formation over here. Captain Raid turns and shrugs and he says, I still have not been injured. You did not. There is. So, I mean, clearly, as described before, this vault is um, has seen much better days. There is a lot here that is just covered in dirt and grime and putrefaction. It is clear as you look around that uh, this ghoulish creature, Nira. I mean, you can assume that it's Nira. Um, in her rage, has just been uh, basically temper tantruming all over this place for however long she's been here. And so what's left is a pretty poor excuse for what the treasure vault used to be. However, there are still a few things left. In particular, there is a small chest that it appears that Nira was never able to get open. You do find what appears to be a filthy javelin, just kind of up against the wall over in this area. Um, uh, and you find what looks to be what looks to be a nicely tied up. What's the word I'm looking for? It's a rope. Um, if you wrap up a rope like around your arm or something, coil. Thank you. A coil of rope. Um, Black and looks pretty nice. And then you also find what appears to be like a pile of shattered glass that has parchment under it. Like there's it looks like the glass fell off the wall and got shattered and is covering over a piece of parchment. So you already gave the javelin to Godric, or did you not? Oh, okay, got it. Okay. Um, the javelin is magical, and the rope is magical. Of course you do. Uh, the question is, do I? Um, um, mm, 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 uh, hang on a second. Rope of. Oh, no, it has to be magical. Um, crap. The rope, I guess it would be enchantment. It's maybe. Uh, let's see. And on the javelin, it looks like it is transmutation. Uh, let me just double check what I put in the chest. No, there's nothing coming from the chest. Oh, there is also you guys are killing me. Uh there's one other thing that you didn't notice before when you were looking around the room, but when you did the detect magic, it lights up. No, it is not a mimic. It is, and no, of course, it doesn't list the school of magic. I don't know. It's magical. It appears to be like a. it appears to be like a metal rod, and it has some enchantment on it. Okay. Yeah, he is he looks really tense. Um and he you get a mental image. If you remember before when he projected the mental image of the rabbit, like um the rabbit and the like fearsome monster, you see the image of the little rabbit again, but this time even the rabbit has nasty fangs and is like biting in your face. It kind of climbs up on your shoulder, but it's kind of like half ducking behind your head and just peeking out a little bit. What is that? Nice. Are you sleeping with that at night now? Okay, make an investigation shot. Check. Yeah. Okay. 12. The typically what I like to do is I take the roll and just modify it more correctly. Okay. So an 11. It's interesting. There's you don't see any traps on it. But there are other chests around that. What's that? Uh oh. Well, that stinks. Um. I did have desktop audio getting routed. It does not appear to be anymore for some reason. Uh. Uh, multi-port. Ugh. I hate computers. Well, I gotta fix it first. I don't know why. Um, Discord, why?
I believe in your technical capabilities, Andrew.
All right, somebody say something.
Hello.
Hello.
There we go.
Ding.
All right.
Testing, testing. 1, 2, 3. Internet, can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay.
Success.
My apologies.
Great success.
Okay,
Great.
so recapping, the party quickly dealt with the Ankeg, and critted it multiple times, and then killed it with 1 more point of damage from Sivan, and then.
Oh yeah, they didn't get that great moment.
Yeah, sorry.
They saw it.
And I guess you heard my descriptions of the room, so. Okay, so Sivan, with your 11 investigation check, you do not see any traps. You do see uh, other chests in the room that do seem to have been broken open, but you're not sure why this one was not.
Is there anything in the other chests that I can see?
It's just like corrupted, like old equipment that got scummed, and
Okay.
yeah, it's all nothing worthwhile.
All right. So I am going to try and pick the lock.
Okay. Go ahead and roll a sleight of hand.
Oh, should I not do thieves' tools?
Yes, thief tool. Sorry.
No.
We have inspiration.
Perfect.
I do have inspiration. But that would just give me the 9. Or would I roll again?
I think you should roll again in those cases.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you saw that the second number was big, then you could just take the inspiration. So yeah, I think
Right.
inspiration is a reroll.
Okay. I have so much intention, guys. I'm opening this thing.
I believe in you. I believe in you.
Hey,
There we
Great.
go.
There you go.
That was inspiring.
Thank
Yeah,
you.
so
My one good roll for the night.
you're able to get your tools in there very easily, and it pops unlocked without a problem.
What's inside?
So inside, you find a whole bunch of coins.
Hey.
And you also see, as if you kind of sift through the coins, you also find there's a silver locket in there, studded with like a bluish greenish gem. And inside the locket is a faded sketch of Nira and Creed, and it has an inscription. Well, put it this way: it's Nira with some person who looks vaguely like Danvin, but a younger version, maybe. And there's an inscription inside that says, "For my dearest Nira, and the adventures we'll share."
Aww.
So sad. Oh, can I go over to Nira and see if she is wearing any identifying? Are we bringing the body back? I guess I will
You
pose that
probably
question.
should.
Is she a body or is she a ghost?
She was a
It's like
zombie.
a zombie.
No.
More like.
Rest in peace.
She was a ghoul, but yeah, she was corporeal.
Ooh.
She was all bloated and purple and stretched.
Maybe
Ugh.
we should not then.
Yeah, no, we should probably.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to look for any identifying pieces of jewelry or clothing or something that we can take back with us to say we found Nira. Unfortunately, she is gone.
Maybe we should burn the body.
After,
Well, yeah, obviously.
Unfortunately, there's nothing identifiable left. There's like
We have raid.
some scraps of raid. Is that what you said?
Yeah.
As in,
Yeah, they're gonna believe
Captain.
him. Captain.
yes, that is
Oh.
true.
I thought you meant like raid, like the bug spray.
The
like...
ant killer. Please, that sounds okay.
That would have helped, yeah.
I love
Do
that
we
the
have that in
dragon
our
is
adventurous
perched on
packs?
your shoulder.
What was that, Sivan?
I don't
I said I love that the dragon is just perched on your shoulder.
Yeah.
Ken needs one now.
I'll need to find
Bit
one.
harder to
I need
find
a
a skeleton.
So I don't think we're gonna have problems proving that we did this. You know, raids here, they can always come into the vault.
Yeah. Okay.
I mean, Raid, you'll vouch for us, right?
He comes into the room. You can see he's been kind of just kicking at the Ankeg a little bit with his boot, just making sure that it's really dead. But he comes in and he says, I mean, it's pretty clear what happened here. But this couldn't have been anyone but Nira. And yes, I will vouch for. He kind of looks at what's left of the body and then looks back over at the Ankeg and kind of says, I will vouch for your fighting abilities and what you've accomplished here today.
Do you
you
think
think
we
we-
should bring the body back to him? Maybe at least wrap
I
it
do
up.
not think they want to
going
see
into
their
the city.
daughter like this.
I agree. I don't think that is going to benefit anyone.
Perhaps we should burn it to spare them?
He shrugs. I'm no expert on what to do with undead.
All right.
Oh, you're a fire guy. Oh, that's awful, isn't it?
Maybe we could just we have torches
The
and
torch, leave the
flint.
torch.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sivan would be cognizant enough to realize that though.
Is there anything flammable here around the room? Like old wood?
Yeah, I mean,
I have like a priest's pack. I don't actually know what any of this stuff is. Like, I don't know what alms are or a censer. Like, is that anything that would burn?
I think
Censer's
it's
just like a ball that you put incense in.
right.
Okay.
What would the alms be? I don't even know.
It's not just like money.
I'm
That's what I
Jewish,
would have
guys.
thought. Like you give your alms to the poor, right?
Yeah.
Seeing that they're all debating how to burn this, I will just throw a torch on her and use control flame.
Oh.
Okay. Yeah.
Make it like focus and flare up there.
Okay. Yeah, and there's not much left of her, honestly. And it smells awful. I mean, a regular dead burning body would smell pretty bad anyway, but I mean, this thing has some serious stench to it, far above and beyond the smell of a regular burning body.
So an alms box is just kind of like a tzedakah box, which I realize probably doesn't help any of you. It's like a little box that you collect donations
offering
in,
Yeah,
I
box, I
guess.
guess.
I
Yeah.
picture like a little
Yeah.
box that a street performer would set out.
It's actually
Kind of a
guitar
thing.
case.
Comes with a little monkey that has a hat on his head.
Mm-hmm. Standard issue
Mhm.
for the clerics of Walena. All right, so we got the javelin, we got a chest, we got some parchment, we got some coil rope, we got a rod, and we got a locket.
And the javelin.
Yep.
Yes,
Mhm.
you said that first.
Did somebody
how
pick
much-
up the parchment? So let
No,
me ask it this way.
no one has picked up anything yet.
Okay.
I think it is safe to touch everything.
All right. I mean,
So, go ahead.
Cole
Sure.
could have
I
just
do not
been
know how we
keeping
want to split
watch
this up.
while the others looted everything.
Okay.
I'm very interested in this rope, actually.
Okay.
all right, so you can grab the rope. We can throw the javelin over to
Just chuck it at him.
yeah.
For an attack.
Make an attack roll.
No, it's okay.
Yeah, Godric also comes in about this time. He he takes a look at the javelin and yeah, so he's examining that. What's everyone else doing?
I'll go grab the rod.
Mm-hmm.
Does
I
it
suppose I will.
do anything?
It doesn't do anything.
Okay, I'll put the rod in my backpack then.
Okay.
I will go look at the parchment. On the one.
Okay. The parchment. You pull it out from underneath the glass, and it's strange. Like everything else in this place is filthy and wrecked. The parchment itself and the writing on it is completely pristine. It is not torn. It is not dirty. It looks just gorgeous, and it has writing on it. I will show you that. The top part there is in common, and then the paragraph at the bottom is in a language that you don't know, Sivan.
Okay. So I will read it.
Yeah.
Start at the very top of the world. Kneel and swear loyalty, lest back down ye be hurled. Yon creature is pledged to give justice to thieves. Oh shit. To keep away those who would use their gain to grieve. Express below is the next step in your climb. Earn your reward by the adventure of a lifetime. Place this page on the clock and find help divine. And then it says something I cannot read. Does anyone recognize this? And I'll show it.
You're showing it around.
Yeah.
Cool. If you take a look, you actually recognize this. Don't know what language it is, but you can read it just fine.
Weird.
Huh.
Wait, who?
Cole.
Gotcha.
Huh. Yeah, it's weird.
What's weird?
I can read this, but I don't know what it is or how.
What do you mean you don't know how? If you can read it, you can read it.
Do
Yeah.
you mean that you
Anyways.
did not learn how to read this? It just makes sense to you?
That sounds about how it is.
Strange.
Anyways,
Do I recognize the script it is written in?
Make a history check.
Sure. I'm totally going to roll so well on that. I don't know why I ask these questions. I should let you guys ask them. Well,
You do not.
okay.
Huh. What does it say then, Cole?
let me see here. At 10 o'clock, you will find a location near the city of Zolk. Go to Zolk and describe this place. Where you go, a number of dragons preside. Convince them of your good intent to receive the next blessing of Banton.
Of Benton.
Godric, does this sound familiar to you?
He comes over and takes a look. Not familiar with this, but he points to the image at the top of the page. He says, "This is the symbol of Benton."
Huh.
Or one of the symbols of Benton.
Isn't it Griffin?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, if we need to convince someone of good intent, I don't know if there's anyone better than Godric to do that.
Yeah, not me. Start at the very top of the world. Back down, be heard. So either very north or a mountain?
Do any of us know about Zolk?
Yeah, would I have encountered Zolk in my travels?
You can make history checks. I don't
Great.
think you would have
Love
been.
it.
I don't think you would have been there. But let's
Okay.
see what you know about it.
Probably nothing.
Am I making a history check too,
Rolling
or
with
just
yeah,
intention.
perfect?
Oh no, that was your roll. Hey.
15 is not bad. You've definitely heard people talk about it. It is. If we go to, let's go to the map, Bob.
I'm tempted to veto that roll because, yeah, Cole probably wouldn't have known anything about it. Unless it was like rumors.
Yeah, I mean, people would have passed through your town from time to time, so we can say that you heard some wandering bard talk about it. So in Dendala, that did not. Okay. So right, Zolk. So you are currently hereabouts. And Zolk is a small, basically monastery city up in the mountains here in the same mountain range that you're in, called the Karndar Peaks. Out here, toward the west end, up in the mountains, there is a monastery, and there are it's a a place that people talk about. I mean, there's not a ton of people there, but it's sort of like if you and I were to talk about Tibetan monks or something like that. That's what you would think of in Zolk. It's monasteries and religious people, or people seeking solitude, essentially.
Would I know what god they worship?
It it's not centered on any particular deity.
All right. Is there anything else we need to do here, or should we go?
What are we gonna do about the gold in the chest?
We take it with us, no?
Do we want to split it up here, or do we want to try to take the chest with us?
I'd rather get out of here as soon as we can,
Yeah.
if you don't mind.
Godric, you think you could drag this for us?
I was going to say we can do it after we leave the waterfall. It's a
Oh, that's
waterfall,
true. We
right?
still have to go to that other room, don't we? Did we explore
Where's the
the?
room?
Did we explore the room with the fancy magic thing?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
Yeah.
went past it into the tunnel which led us here because the vault was closed in the first place.
The Spherix or whatever. Did we already do that?
3x. Yeah, we did,
Oh,
right?
the pedestal was broken. Right. Okay. Never mind. Yeah. Okay. So it wasn't actually there.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Never mind. We're
So
good.
we
We good. We
reveal
good.
people when we get outside.
As
Yeah.
Basically.
Godric's as Godric has been examining this javelin, he takes some water out of his like his water. He has a water skin, and he pours some of it across the javelin and starts to kind of clean off some of the gunk. And it looks like there's actually apparently this is actually a really nice weapon underneath all that. Let me give you a description of this. It appears to be made of javelin. It appears to be made of obsidian. Yes, the javelin is made of javelin.
The javelin of javelin, the most javelin of javelins.
It appears to be made of
God.
obsidian, and around the sort of hilt of the javelin, there are some gems actually studded around it, and then going the whole length of the javelin are these beautiful gold and silver sort of interweaving patterns, sort of chasing each other down the length of this javelin.
Cool.
Ooh. Well, that looks like a mighty fine weapon there.
He kind of hefts it. It's very fine indeed.
Looking around, quick question about the staff. Is it like a short 3-foot thing, or is it like a full quarter staff deal?
What staff?
The rod.
Oh, the rod.
Oh, it's like maybe 2 feet long.
Okay.
You want to look it over? I'll hand it to him.
Well, I was thinking if it was a heftier replacement than this, and he kind of holds up his now slightly scorched wooden quarterstaff that he's been carrying. But yeah, I'll take a look at it.
Yeah, I mean, Savan, what did you say it might do? What type of magic?
The rod?
Yeah.
DM
It's,
didn't say.
Well,
some kind of an enchantment. I don't freaking know.
All right.
Uh,
Maybe it'll
There's
throw
a
fireballs or something. Cole, here you
a
go.
little heavy. I'm not entirely sure what it does. Someone would need to spend more time with it. The goal is, it's not being very clear to me right now.
Okay.
hey, detect magic. I mean, if you're gonna make that a thing, then every magic item that is listed must show
Yes,
a.
good.
Anyway,
That's good, maybe.
you do notice, however, Cole, as you're examining it, there does appear to be like a section at the end that you could press in on.
Ooh. I guess I should have looked at it when I picked it up.
I will be tempted, but then hold off and just kind of put it in my bag for now
Okay.
until we get out of this death trap.
Yes.
Did you grab the locket, Savan?
Yes.
Well,
Okay.
did you take it out of the chest?
It was probably to read it. I can put it back, or if Godric is just lugging the chest for us.
I think you should probably keep it on your person. I'm sure that what's his face will probably want it.
Captain
Not
Raid
like he's a
kind of
lord or
folds
anything.
his arms and says, "You would do well to address Lord Urkarin by his title."
Oh no, not Lord Arkarin.
I think he
Uh,
means Danvin because it
yeah,
is
Danvin.
from his father.
It was his father.
And it was
Honestly, I think being
Lady
listening.
Urkarin's daughter.
Yes, but I mean, we can show it to her, but I think it would make her angry.
It is a letter from Creed
She
to
did not
Nira.
like him.
Yeah.
Although she may change her mind now that she knows he did not kill her.
Not likely.
Hmm.
That's very true. Well, we shall see what she wants to do with it. I mean, she did say we could keep any loot, but we should show her.
Alright. And who grabbed
Let's
the
go.
rope?
I want to get out of here.
Savan grabbed the
Savan
rope.
has the rope.
Okay.
She loves rope.
I do not know if you can tell, but I will.
Alright, let's
All
get
right.
out of here.
Okay.
Godric is dragging the chest. Yeah.
Yep. He stows the javelin on his back and just kind of like puts his arms around the chest and like lugging it in front of him.
Perfect.
You got Drake.
This is really light.
Thanks, buddy.
We appreciate it very much.
He's gonna
Let us know if you need help.
he's gonna come back and I'm gonna give him a point of exhaustion.
Let's see what we can do to get him another 3.
All right. So back out the way you came in.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's ominous.
No, I'm just checking. You all can go ahead and move that way just to see if there's anything else you want to check out along the way. Or if you just want to say that you left, then we can just head back to town.
Oh, there
I
is.
mean, I
It
remember
goes
there
this
was like a
way.
cave further up here, but I don't
It
know
goes
if
to the
in
right.
character Cole would be up for that. But he'll follow
I will
you.
leave it up to you guys.
Um,
Oh, there is a lot.
yeah, I mean,
That is a lot.
oh, just did something.
I am pretty tired, so I do not know that I will be much help in a fight if we get into another one.
Yeah, me too. So let's just be careful not to get into another fight.
Okay, and I.
I still have Armor of Agathis up, so please don't punch me.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're starting to get close to the end of your time with that, but it is still up.
So is there anything over here that we can see?
No. It turns out these are pretty much just dead ends up here and in here.
Perfect.
Okay,
Looks like-
great. Let's go.
Looks like they collapsed long ago.
So out of the
Whoa.
place.
Grab
That's just an exit.
Did we look in this water?
No, we didn't go up that way at all.
You did not. However, are you going down there?
Are we gonna go down this path, guys? That I totally didn't go down?
I would go down it.
You wouldn't what?
I said I would go down it if you want to.
Hmm. I know
It is
Cole's pretty banged up.
Well, you're worse off than I am right now. So I guess I'll follow you, but
Oh.
better stick together or whatever we do.
We could flip a coin.
Sure.
Okay.
What's heads? What's tails?
Heads
1d2.
we go, tails we do not.
Okay. Which one's
Um,
heads? 1 or 2? Oh, do you actually have a coin?
I do.
Oh, you're gone.
Oh no.
5.
One second.
How are we supposed to verify the coin flip if we
Here,
can't see
1
you?
we go, 2 we leave.
Mother.
Oh,
guess
So
we
many
go.
tabs open too.
well, so much for that. Okay, we're going.
Okay.
Cole just
I
scooped
have a
you.
really big. Okay. Well, I have a really big coin.
Oh, I don't want to see it.
Alas, we'll never see her again.
It's
Nope.
so many tabs
I
open.
like
I
big.
lost.
I
There
like
we
big coins, and I cannot lie.
What is that called? What's the coin collector called? There's a name for it.
Oh, I do not know.
All right, let's. Well, I guess we're going. We flip the coin. The proverbial coin.
Numismatics.
Numismatics, perfect.
Excuse me?
All
That's
right.
the name of coin collecting as a hobby.
Godric, you might want to drop the
Is it?
chest.
He says, what makes you think there's anything down here?
Better safe than sorry.
All right, he'll put it down.
I wouldn't have thought there was anything down there. I just have a hunch.
You're gone, by the way.
You got it. You're
I don't
gone.
see you.
We're still all here.
I can see everyone.
Oh, maybe
Oh,
I need to
can't
refresh.
see. Oh,
Try reconnecting.
All right, now I got everybody.
no, I can see. Oh, nope, I don't have Andrew.
Andrew, reconnect.
You want me to reconnect? I still see
Yeah.
everybody brought William.
Yeah,
I
reconnect.
can. I will reconnect.
No, I think he needs to reconnect.
Well, I'm reconnecting.
Nope,
too.
no, we can't see. Oh,
Okay.
you shouldn't have
Right
reconnected.
here.
Okay, there we go. Okay,
Nobody
everyone
touched
good?
anything.
Everyone good?
Yes.
All right. All right, so we're gonna cautiously make our way over, right?
You're gonna stealth down here?
Sure.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, roll some
Okay.
stealth checks.
We're gonna do this. There's not gonna be anything in there. Perfect. I feel very stealthy right now. Perfect. Double perfect.
Oh, this is the first time I've
Good,
ever
good,
rolled
good.
more than anyone.
To be fair, Cole would probably let those two go ahead because they can see in the dark,
Mhm,
and so
mhm.
wouldn't have to bring the torches forward.
Mhm.
Oh,
I
that's
don't know that I
true.
can see in the back.
Yeah, but to be fair, your paladin would be leading the way with his torch,
You're
unless
right.
somebody really forcibly told him not to.
Nope, that's classic Godric, so I think it fits.
Oh, no,
And our
it's
friend
good.
shall continue
Okay.
to sit back and take no damage.
Well, we don't want the NPC to die.
Don't we?
You rolled better than any of you on
It's the
stealth.
stealthiest of us all.
He's a
And I'm
stealthy guy.
supposed to be good at this.
Well, we're all limping, so it makes sense.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
true.
Yeah, every other step. Ow. Ow. Ow.
Yeah,
Wow.
perfect.
I feel like no matter
Actually, I haven't taken any damage. I'm doing it for the
Oh yeah,
dramatics of it.
yeah. No, apparently.
I feel like now no matter what you find in this room, it's going to be anticlimactic.
That's true. All right,
All
Godric.
right.
Godric, what do you see up there, buddy?
So Godric goes walking in, and as you all are filing in behind him, you're starting to feel like a cool breeze actually, and wind as opposed to the sort of stale air that has pervaded the cavern thus far. And roll the d for you, shall we?
To see how many other onkegs we encounter.
10 more
Harpies.
ankegs pop out.
Perfect. I don't think they're gonna fit in here, but we'll figure it out.
I kneecap the captain and run.
um. So. Yeah. So there is, some sort of insectoid monster that is lapping water from the water down here, and I think as Godric steps in with his torch, the thing suddenly spins around, and I think we're gonna roll initiative.
Okay.
Cool. Another insect, but not an onkek, right?
It is not an ankeg. It does
Okay.
not look nearly as big. But it does look a little something
Oh, hey.
like that.
Ooh. Oh.
Gross.
And you have there's like a
What was that, Aramis?
there's a
I know what that is.
there's a smell like an iron smell in the
Yep.
air.
Supaku doesn't know what that is, but Ken knows what that is.
Looks like he
Yvonne
XP'd me.
doesn't know what it is, and neither does Cerulean.
Okay.
Wait, why did you roll 2 times?
I rolled for Captain
Oh, okay,
Ray
never mind.
and
You're good. You're good.
for
You're good.
oh, good. I'm glad.
I was like, oh man, you're adding things to this. Cool.
Okay, so Sapaklu, you're up first as Godric says, there's something in here.
And it already turned around, right?
You can't see it.
Oh, okay. I'll move up behind him. Can I see it back here?
Yes, now you can see it.
Perfect.
Yeah, and it spun around and it looks like it's getting ready to charge.
All right, I'm going to Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. Kapow!
3 points of damage. Yeah. So
Yeah. Extend my hand, and the thorns wrap around my arm, and then a cascading beam of multicolored energy comes out and smacks it.
I will
Slaps
say
it across the face.
Sivan, you do recognize this looks to be the same type of creature that you pulled the sword out of in the cavern last time. That came when the remember you pulled a sword out of it and then the sword came alive.
Yep, I recall.
This is that same type of creature. Okay, so 3 points of damage. Good job.
Thanks, buddy.
All right, Sivan, you are up.
Okay, I will come forward to where I can see. Could I see from there and
Yeah.
kind of peek around, or
Yeah, you can see
sure?
that.
And I'm really tired, so all I got is a sacred flame.
And it's a
Ah!
20.
Oh.
I'm
case you're
really
curious what it
tired,
is,
and
it's right there.
I hope the symbol out didn't just completely miss.
Yeah, it looks at you curiously, trying to figure out why you're waving at it. Okay. Captain Raid.
I'm trying to convert it with my symbol of Elena.
I'm gonna say Captain Raid was actually about here. That seems more appropriate. However, he's still not able to get to it. Without dashing. But he's going to dash, so he will run up with his sword out and go at this thing. Godric, of course, is also going to run in. And he's close enough that he's able to also take a swing. And he gets a 24. 14 points of damage to the thing. Yeesh.
Noi.
Yeah, so he runs in and just with his full momentum rams his sword right into this thing. And it screams in pain. And it is its turn. So it is going to Un momento, por favor.
Yup.
Oh, this could be.
It's okay. It's all right. So, it is going to try to bite him back. It gets a 17, which misses. Okay, Colt, you're up.
Okay. Step past here if I can, and can I get a clear shot at it? Past my allies there?
Yeah. 5e doesn't have rules for it, so I'll allow it.
Okay.
24 will hit. Guys, you're rolling crazy on attack rolls tonight. Another 8 points of damage.
Throw back up again.
Okay. Alright, Sepaklu, you're up again.
Great. I'll just throw another Eldritch Blast.
Okay.
Oh, it's my main sheet too. Boom.
7 is not going to do it.
Perfect. I'll move up here behind this little pillar.
Okay. Sivan.
I will do the same thing I've been doing all night. And Sacred Flame.
That gets a 16.
I rolled an 8 that time.
Sorry.
You should be. It's all your fault.
Captain Raid will he swings with his longsword. Yeah, so with the first swing, he cuts into the creature's neck, and the head just pops right off.
Yay!
He goes to swing again, and kind of stops in mid swing as it's already dead, and then looks at his sword, and the sword looks damaged. Like it's got a thin layer of rust on it. He kind of turns to look at Godric, and Godric is already looking at his sword, and that seems to have the same effect on it.
That is interesting.
But creature's dead. What?
Nothing.
I mean, I didn't have Godric do anything that he wouldn't have done.
That's true.
Yeah, so the creature lies slain on the ground for you.
So as I was saying, I'm not going to be much use in a fight, so
Yeah, maybe we should get out of here.
perhaps, yeah. Let's
Alright.
go.
Okay.
And we leave.
Alrighty, so you all make your way out. You step out to the waterfall, and you realize it's now dark. Like it took you a good chunk of the day to get there. Much less crawling through the dungeon and all that. But it is now dark. Are you heading back to Mindrin tonight?
How long of a trip was it?
A couple of hours.
Were there any
think we should
towns nearby or
probably-
anything?
Not between where you are and Mindrin.
I think we should probably set up camp before we go. Traveling in the dark isn't exactly healthy.
Yeah. You can
Yeah,
probably
that
set up
sounds
back
like
here in the
idea.
cave. This looks like a pretty cozy spot.
Okay.
You would probably remember that the ceiling of this particular cave was lined with bats.
Oh, no, this is not a particularly cozy spot.
Just saying.
What? Those little fellows won't hurt us.
Maybe we'll camp outside. We could probably find someplace outside, right? Where there aren't enchanted suits of armor
Let's do
or
that,
bats.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'd agree with that.
Alright, so you all somebody roll me a survival check, see to find a good place other than in the rock wall where Sepaklu is apparently camping.
Okay.
This is your deal, Cole. Yep, perfect.
Oh wow!
Nice.
He's a farm boy. He loves camping. Cole
Yeah,
loves
Hell yeah.
you find a spot along the river that reminds you of where you used to go as a kid. There was a creek near your house that you used to go fishing for crawdads and the like, and you find actually it seems like somebody else has camped along here before, and so they actually set up like a nice lean-to, and it's like off of. It's not like right on the river, so it's a ways back. Doesn't seem like anything would bother you there. Very nice little spot.
Man, Cole, you found us a nice spot here.
Yeah, this is a real good one. Some folks know
Nicely
their
done.
terrain.
All right, let's set up camp.
Before I go to bed,
Oh, you muted yourself.
You look very emotive as you muted yourself, though.
I'm a very emotive person. I would like to spend some time with that rope and try and find out whatever I can about.
Okay. Anybody else investigating any items that you picked up?
I'll check out the rod. Sure.
Okay. So on. I think I can drag and drop this in. Let's see if it's in the SRD.
Or you could just whisper it out to all of us.
Good. What's the fun in that? Remember the last time you taunted me?
That was a couple weeks ago.
Okay.
There you go. So it
All
is. I will tell you. It's a rope of climbing. So yeah, that is pretty handy.
It's not a lasso of truth.
It is not.
Mm.
And Cole, yours is. Won't give this prize entity. This is an immovable rod.
Yes. Cole kind of presses the button and tests it for a second, turns it off, and breaks into a mischievous grin. And then kind of takes his bedroll, ties it to a tree, walks out to the end, puts the immovable rod up in the air, ties the end to that, and makes a hammock.
Oh!
Nice. I am going to take the rope, make a little lasso out of it, and put it around Supaklu and say, "Tell me your darkest secret." You don't know it doesn't do anything.
My darkest secret. I got nothing. I'm an open book here.
I just look very disappointed at you, and I take it off. I go to the tree, I throw it up on a branch, and I whoop up the tree.
Does she make that sound when she's climbing?
What are you doing? Other than making a sound? You're just climbing the tree?
I want to go up to the tree that Cole just made his hammock in. I say to Supaklu, "You are no fun." And then I go to the tree and I whoop. That's
I think
probably
she's
way too
climbing
loud.
the rope.
It's 1:30 a.m.
Yeah, I like to think that as Supaklu was saying that he doesn't have any secrets, Godric was right there with his arms crossed going, yeah, he seems very forthright and open, as do you all.
Yep. Absolutely.
Especially myself.
None of us would lie to each other, I'm sure.
Godric, you take a chance to look at the javelin. What do you think that is?
He says this appears to be a very fine javelin indeed. And he kind of looks down at his sword again. I might have to be replacing this with the javelin instead.
Isn't that like his grandpa's sword?
Yes, it is.
I don't think I have mending. I don't think I took that.
Yes, it is.
I didn't.
I can't remember if he fights with his family's sword. It might. I think he does. Yeah. It's gonna be.
Sorry, Max.
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
you know.
posted it in the Discord.
Yeah. But he got a nice javelin.
And he's still alive. We didn't kill him.
It's what
Yeah.
Godric would have done.
You haven't
It is what Godric would have done.
you haven't survived the night yet.
We're not arguing the choices you made, Andrew.
All right. Well, on that note, why don't we take our break for the evening, as it is 8:30. Oh,
Is it?
it is. Well, in
It
some
is
places it
1:30.
is.
Yeah.
All right. Well, let's come back in about 5 minutes then.
Okay.
All right.
All right,
takes
we are
some
back.
I
Oh
am
no.
level 3. How many spells can I prepare a day? Still 10?
Mm, Look,
Oh, wait. No, it's at it ended. Okay, hold on. I don't know why I said still 10. It was not 10 before.
choose a number of cleric spells equal to your wisdom modifier plus your cleric level. So one
Okay,
more.
I get one more. Awesome.
But it can be a level 2 now, right?
It can.
Yes.
And I need to find my level 2 spells in the compendium.
So, who has the parchment?
I do.
Okay.
I accidentally added like an extra thing. How do I get rid of that?
You click edit underneath. There's like an edit, like a little drawing of a pencil. Usually, um, or in on your spell slot page, I think it's the little lock icon.
Lock icon?
Yeah, but like below all of your spells. Is that what you're talking about?
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, yeah,
And
got it.
then when you click on that,
Thank you.
yeah,
I
that should
never
let
knew
you do.
that. So, great. I'll prepare that. I'll prepare. Oh, wait, I think I always have that prepared. Yes, I do always have it prepared. That's cool. Um, so I can prepare 2 more. Wait. I can prepare 5 total, but I have 4 always prepared. So I should have 9 prepared.
Wow, a lot of spells.
Thank
I won't know that many until level 9. Or
you.
level 8, actually. The sorcerer.
4. Yeah, I have 4 that are always prepared. And then I can prepare on top of that equal to my level plus my wisdom modifier.
I think that's
Yes?
right, because you're the ones that
Okay.
you get for your domain don't count towards your prepared count.
Awesome. So I always have um so yeah, we'll have cure wounds. Mm, mm,
And then I
no,
think as a tiefling, you get another racial spell at level 3.
I think oh yeah, I get hellish rebuke, don't I?
Nice.
I think it's yes, I do.
Godric standing behind you, he says, "What? She's a human."
Is that always prepared too?
I think it's like tracked separately because it's once per long rest.
Right.
You reach third level, you can cast Hellish Rebuke as a second level spell once with this trait, and regain the ability to do so when you finish a long rest. It doesn't look like it counts toward your prepared spells
Okay.
or your spell slots. Looks like
Okay.
it's just a thing you can do.
Not letting me put it in at second level though, which is annoying. But whatever. So let's see. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I can grab one more. Okay. I am good.
All
All
right.
leveled up.
So, I think so you all wake up the next morning. There's nothing wakes you up during the night. So let me just set Godric. Just in case. You never know. Oh, he had everything back to full already. Man, I gotta start hitting you guys with harder fights.
I think us
Gotta start
squishies are
hitting the
taking all the
guys in heavy
damage.
armor.
Yeah.
So yeah, I think as you guys are packing up in the morning, Godric would come to you, Sivan, and say, "May I see that parchment?"
Sure. Yeah, I pull it out and I give it to him.
Okay. Yeah, and I think he's gonna take it and he's just gonna be studying it for a while.
Okay.
So yeah, you all are headed back to Mindrin, I assume.
Yep.
I am keeping a very close eye out as we enter the city. My hood is up, and I'm watching very carefully.
Make a perception check. Is there any conversation? What conversation would happen on the way back to Mindrin? You have a couple of hours of uh walking back.
Cole might actually be that silent for part of it because just coming to terms with this is by far the most deadly place he's ever been in. So yeah.
Are you okay there, Cole?
Uh yeah, I think I'm fine now that we're out of there. Just never thought I'd be the kind of person to go into a place like that with living metal things and giant monsters and whatever the hell Nira was.
Yeah, I mean, if it makes you feel any better, I served time in the army, and I never saw anything like that. So, even spending time fighting and battling, that was something that really off put me too.
Can't relate.
Insight check.
Do it.
Okay.
I rolled a
Perfect.
13 on perception. Oh, um, let's see.
Okay.
What does she perceive?
So this is for when you're walking into the city, I assume.
Savon
Yeah,
would never tell a lie. She's never lied to us ever.
never won. You have no idea whether I'm being truthful or not.
Hard to read with that hood
Alright.
up.
Good for you. Well, it seems like we got some payment out of it and found a friend.
Sivan, another flat D20.
Okay.
Nice.
Good roll.
Good roll.
Good roll.
Good job.
Yeah.
Well done.
I think I know exactly what that was for. Very
Really? What do you
You're
think
just
it was for?
burning all your good rolls.
It was definitely like a luck roll to see if we're gonna run into the person I don't want to run into.
No, it was not.
Potentially. No? Okay.
Perhaps.
It was an attack against you.
And it missed.
It
Well, it was
missed.
a
A
19,
19
so it
doesn't hit
hit.
me.
Anyway, so alright. As you all approach the I hesitate to call it a gate because on the north side of town, I mean, the doors here. Oh, one thing I wanted to ask: we did talk at one point about you all taking the Manticore wing potentially to the tanner that you met outside of town, and you guys would be going by there. Is that something you would do?
Right. Is it
Yeah.
still useful or is it disgusting at this point?
I mean, it's pretty nasty. You don't know if it is recoverable.
It is your call. I don't care.
Well, couldn't
I think
hurt.
Cole really wants to do this. We should see
Okay,
what we can
sure.
do.
Let us go to hide and seek.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just not the type to waste materials.
That is fair.
Okay. So you head to the hide and seek, and you find the same gentleman that was there last time. This is a human man. He is Where are my notes? They're so terribly organized. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. There it is. This is Bellum Rosefall. He's got short, kind of salt and pepper hair with no eyebrows, and he's got a little bit of a double chin going on. But as you enter his kind of ramshackle little pavilion area, excuse me, he's actually, I mean, it looks like he's doing the exact same thing that he was doing the last time you guys were there. He's got like a hide on the table and he's just rubbing something into it, some solution. And he looks up as you all come in, and he says, "Can I help you?"
Oh, good morning, Bellum, right?
That's me.
Bellum. Oh, hey, name's Cole. We came in here the other day asking about Creed.
That you
Anyways,
did. You were
all right,
doing some work for Danvin, right?
that's right.
How'd that all work out?
Well, we've got some closure, I think, but not too much that we can do at this point. You know, it is what it is.
That it
Anywho,
is. He kind of looks a little confused, like not sure what that's about.
I mean, we can't exactly bring Creed back, you know.
I imagine not.
Not the
Anywho,
other thing. I don't say that. But
Anywho, while we were working the job, we had to take down this beast. I think it was called a manticore. We came out of it with one of its wings, and was wondering if you could take a look, see if something could be done with it.
A manticore, you say?
yeah, there were 5 of them. This was the only body we could recover.
Make a deception check.
You just wasted. This is why you don't have good rolls, because you waste them doing silly stuff.
This is important, okay?
RP is very important, okay?
Sorry, it's my fault. My fault.
Yeah, he looks very impressed and confused. He he says, "You all took down 5 manticores?"
Yeah, we totally obliterated them.
Yeah, Savan passed out though.
After killing 4 of them single-handedly.
You look like a pincushion.
He now seems very unsure what to make of this conversation, but he turns back to Cole and he says, "Well, let me see what you have." And I don't know why he suddenly got an accent.
It's
Are
been
you
a
making
day or
fun
two,
of
but
me?
Your accent is just
I'll
contagious.
pull it out.
I killed 4 manticores, I will have you know.
Yeah.
Because it's been like 2 days, maybe, at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a little bit of a stench coming off of it, but he kind of takes it and actually he probably doesn't react because he's probably seen worse, I imagine. So he's just kind of like ruffling through the feathers at the skin lying underneath. Just kind of giving it a thorough inspection. And after a few minutes, he says, "Well, I don't know how much this will hold together, but I can try treating it, and I might be able to make a cloak out of the skin from this. It's a shame you couldn't bring me the wings from any of the other 4. This is not a lot of material."
Yeah, they were completely destroyed, unfortunately.
But I think I might be able to make something out of this. Well, maybe why don't you come back tomorrow and see what I'm able to make of this.
All right. Well, thank you very much, and we'll look forward to seeing your handiwork.
Yeah, and you can see he's already like engrossed in the wing and thinking about what he might do with it, and he kind of reaches back behind or under the table and pulls up a jar or a couple of jars, and he's looking through these very smelly liquids and stuff. I assume that's how tanning and stuff works. I don't know.
Yeah.
That's how it works in my head.
You have a smile a little bit and turn and start to walk out.
Okay.
He's in the mood.
Leather does that for him.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
I mean, to be fair, who doesn't Leather do that for?
Moving right along. So
No.
you all approach the gate, and as you're coming up to this door, there are several guards on the outside of it. And as you go to approach, one of them kind of steps up and he says, "City's closed at the moment." And
We're with him.
Yeah, Captain Raid kind of steps. He'd been kind of lagging back a little, and he kind of steps up and he says, "What's that you say?" And the guy's eyes kind of get real big. And sorry, Captain. Sir, let me get the door for you, sir.
Wait, what do you mean the city's closed?
And the captain says, "Yes. What do you mean?" And he kind of grabs the soldier and takes him aside for a minute, and they have a hushed conversation.
Can I try and listen?
Sure. Make a
Yeah.
um. Yeah, I mean, make a stealth check to see if they notice.
Okay. I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
No, I answered my own question. Okay.
Glad I could help.
I just had to read.
22.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
okay. Um the guard is make a perception check as well. Why not hot streak? Ooh.
Uh,
So you're listening in so stealthily that they don't notice that you're kind of bending your ear towards them. Unfortunately, it's not enough to actually hear what they're saying.
Nothing at all.
Uh here's something about a council member.
all right, I want to bring Savan and Cole in. Guys, this makes me really nervous. When do they close the city?
What night
I
of,
do not know.
as
I
you've
have not
seen?
been here for very long.
Well, what could it be? It's what I'm just
I mean,
sort of like itch.
Zapakli, you're um I mean, you've been around the city for a long time.
Hmm.
It's got to be something really bad. Like,
Yeah,
this is not good.
no, this is bad. I mean, we have raid. We might be able to get in. We just need to be on alert.
There might have been another attack.
Could be that. Could be something about your, you know, you know. Could be, could be
Do you
anything.
think they would close the city for that?
I have no idea. You'll notice Supaku's eyes like darting around, and like he just seems a little jumpy.
Has this ever happened before?
Not that I'm aware of. I mean, maybe when I don't know. Yeah, I mean, maybe once or twice, but not usually.
I guess we'll just have to keep our eyes out as we have been.
So, Raid and the soldier come back, and Raid says, all right, well, we should get to Lord Orkaran's place quickly. It seems that
What happened?
there was an attack on one of the council members' house last night, or yesterday afternoon.
By whom?
Um, he's he gestures. Where do you usually pull your
The
your
pouch around my
your
waist.
holy symbol? He gestures towards the pouch, and he says, "I would keep that put away for the time being."
If I find out who is doing this, I'm going to kill them.
We need to stick with raid, and then we need to keep our heads down.
Yeah, he has like I think he would have like a cloak that is a different color, and I think like to indicate that he's a captain, and I feel like he would kind of like pull the cloak up around his shoulders more, so it's like more visible and shows off a little more. And he says, "All right, well, let's keep moving. Let's get to Lord Okarin's house quickly."
All right, as we're walking, I'm going to fall to the back with Sivan. Sivan, this is not good.
I know.
We might need to get out of the city, or we need to solve it soon. We need to figure out who's doing this. Things are not going to be good for your people.
Yeah.
Actually, one correction.
I'm really torn. I don't know what to do.
What was that?
I said I'm really torn. I'm not sure what to do.
One correction. He wouldn't have said Lord Okarin's house. He would have said the what the heck did I call it? The ascended platform, whatever I called that.
Where did I put my notes?
Oh, I also have that in my notes.
Yeah, I have it somewhere. But you know what I'm talking about, where the council members meet.
The floaty island place.
Yeah.
The disc.
Uplifted chamber.
Uplifted chamber. Yeah.
That's the one.
Right.
Okay. So, you all are moving quickly through the streets. You do pass by one temple of Wilena on the way. It's not the same one that you passed where you saw Natha before several times. It's another smaller temple, and you see several guards stationed outside of it. At the moment, they're just kind of standing in a cluster outside, talking. But it's unusual to see a pocket of guards right outside of the temple like that, just staying in one spot. But yeah, you all keep moving, and you take the lightning rail, down to the rich end of town, and Captain Raid, they see Captain Raid and let you pass into that district, and come to the platform where a guard presses a button, and you all experience that same sort of disorienting shift as you come to platform where Ascended Chamber is.
As we're doing that, I'm going to find a moment to find a secluded area and cast Disguise Self.
Okay, so you all make your way through the Ascended Chamber, and it's pretty chaotic there. There are a lot of people coming and going, a lot of hushed conversations, a lot of people trying to look like they're not busy, but clearly having very serious conversations. But you all make your way to Lord Okarin's office, and as you step in there, Raid kind of knocks at the door, and you hear Lord Akaran's voice. Yes? And Raid opens the door and gets Lord Akaran's acknowledgement, and you all step in, and you see
The suspense.
oh, that's annoying. I know that I wrote this. It's not where I thought it was. Okay. You see a half-work woman in the office there with Lord Urkarin, as well as a human woman. The half-work is clearly some type of soldier general. She is in armor, heavily armed, has a great sword strapped to her back.
Would I recognize like what she actually is? Like, is there any insignia or markings?
I don't know that you would actually.
Okay.
And then the human woman seems to have like simple leather armor on, a cloak around her. She has like a circlet around her head, with like a leaf symbol on it. And you see, and Lord Urkarin stands up as the five of you, five of you enter, and he says, "You've returned. It's the timing is unfortunate. Excuse me.
Sounds that way.
What's that?"
This kind of sounds that way.
He turns back to the two women, and he says, I must beg your pardon. Would you please give us a moment?" And the two of them kind of exchange a glance and look over the four of you, like, or the five of you, like, and they kind of look back at him, like, really? And Lord Urkarin just looks terribly embarrassed, and he says, "I'm sorry, this is a personal matter. Will only take a moment." And the two women look a little bit peeved, like not like they're gonna throw a fit, but like they need to deal with what they're dealing with. But they step out. And Lord Urkarin looks at Raid with a really tense look on his face. Very well, Captain. Report. What did you find? And Captain Raid kind of looks back at the four of you. Would you like to describe it?
Searched the vault.
Can.
Mira's gone. We found her body. There were some creatures there that we had to kill.
Nero was there. In the vault.
Yes. She's
Wow.
Looks
gone.
of it, there were some large creatures that had broke in through the back wall and dug a tunnel system. She might have gotten in through there, and by the time we got her, it seems she might have triggered some of the defenses that were on the vault.
What makes you say that?
In the notes that we saw, it described a terrible curse to be put on stuff, and when we found her body, it seemed like she was purple and bloated slightly.
Purple
Seemed
and
almost
bloated. Sounds horrifying. And you say she's dead now.
She is, sadly.
He sits back down in his chair heavily, kind of looks up at Raid, and Raid says, I can confirm everything they're saying. It seems that Nero was transformed somehow into a dreadful monster. Lord Urkaran just kind of looks very grave and he says, very well, you all have done extraordinary work. Kind of gets a thoughtful expression on his face. He says, you have earned a favor from me. Is there anything I can do for you?
Seems like this business with the Temple of Volena isn't exactly nice, so if there's any way you could include us or, I don't know, have a way to let us help with that. Have a vested interest, I guess you could say.
He turns to you, Sivan, and he says, what exactly is your interest?
I want to find whoever is doing this and I want to kill them. Or bring them to justice.
He looks at you very seriously and he says, how do you know that it's not a follower of Welena?
It very well might be.
He sits in thought for a minute. Yesterday afternoon, got this guy's name again, sorry. I wrote down one of the council members in my notes instead of the guy's name. I know I have a particular council member in mind.
Cletus.
Yesterday afternoon, Angway Petrolov's twin daughters were at home. Angway is one of the council members in the city here. They were home with their nanny as usual. You all right there, Dorleo?
And I lost my pencil. I'm just gonna take notes, but now I can't.
And
It's
could you
cold.
put that name in
Fine.
chat?
It's just like it sounds.
Okay. I will misspell it anyways. Yeah.
But I mean, that's
See.
in character, so.
I just put Andre. I think that's easy.
That's what Lineagen is doing in our Rune Lords game. He just purposely misremembers every NPC's name and claims that it's in character.
I did that with a character once. It was very fun. Made for some great moments.
He says Angwe is one of our council members. He is currently on his way back, but while he was out yesterday, someone apparently broke into his house, killed the nanny, and took the 2 children. And they left. And he opens his. No, he doesn't do that. Sorry, he says that they left that symbol of Walena on one of the walls of the mansion in the blood, in the nanny's blood.
The corrupted symbol. Not the normal one.
Sure.
Did they leave a note besides that or anything?
That was a question. They're last time the symbol was slightly different when they painted it. I was wondering if it was the same.
Yes, it was. It was
Okay.
the same symbol that was left in the first attack. And no, there was no note.
Do you have any leads?
Nothing. Whoever did this is apparently very skilled at not being seen.
We can't let
What
those
I
2 little
know-
girls. We can't let them down. We can't let these people just take them and do whatever they're going to do. We need to find them.
Devon, what were you saying?
As a kind of seedy figure myself, would I know of places where other seedy figures might go, like any hideouts or any tunnels under the city that they might use to travel or anything? Or nah?
Imagine you can think of a few places.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of variables, so there's there's a lot of potential places where you might go. It's not clear exactly what where they might have gone.
Okay.
But he says, I agree with you, Supaklu. And I fear that the situation is more even more serious. Not only these 2 girls, but the city is in unrest over this. Kind of hesitates a little bit. The guards have been ordered to step up investigations of followers of Welena. And there's protests happening as a result. It seems that the acrimony between the guard and followers of Welena is growing. Hear what this is going to do to the city. Not only the followers of Welena are objecting. It seems that there are even other common folk who feel that we're overreaching in our search, but we can't appear weak. We can't allow the daughters of 2 council members, you can see he's starting to get more agitated. Can't allow them to just be taken from under our nose. This is not acceptable. We must find these people quickly.
As civilians, we could attend the protests and see if we can find anything out that way.
These are not those sort of protests. 3 guards have been attacked at one of the temples in the town, and it turned into an ugly fight between them and the people who were trying to drive them away. These are not peaceful protests.
We can help you. We can help you find these girls, but what we need is to be able to fly under the radar of the guards. We cannot have them harassing us. We cannot have them stopping us. And he points at Savan. And we definitely can't have them harassing her. Do you have any sort of token or something that allow us to pass through the city without, causing issues?
He kind of glances at Raid for a minute, and then he says, I would normally send the captain with you, but I think that's going to be counterproductive to flying under the radar. He says, I do not have a token that would necessarily, I'm not a council member myself. I don't really have a token that would necessarily that would give you that sort of protection without being very obvious.
It's unfortunate.
We make do.
Could you maybe at least give us like a written memo or something? Could show should guards or somebody in position of power over them try to stop us or question us for, I don't anticipate trouble, but best be prepared.
He says that I can do. And he turns and finds some parchment, and he kind of scribbles a note across it, and then pulls out like a wax ring and puts his seal at the bottom, and hands it over. It's basically like a hall pass type of thing.
Do you know anywhere where we should start to look?
He says, he kind of turns to Sivan and he says, whoever this is, clearly Welena is part of their motivation, or they are somehow involved with Elena. It seems like you must start there.
All
Okay.
right. Thank you for the information. We'll do whatever we can.
Please, if there's anything else I can help with, don't hesitate. And he does actually hand you a sending stone. So this is essentially up. I think this is a real thing, or did I make it up?
I've heard of them before.
So are we gonna be drunk texting Lord Arkarn at
Yeah,
some
is this a
point?
cell phone?
In the Acquisitions Incorporated book, what? No, here we go. Yeah, so yeah, it's paired with a phone, a stone that he has with him. And yeah, if you kind of squeeze the sending stone and concentrate for a minute, you can cast the sending spell specifically to him.
So it's like voice memos.
Yeah, I mean, it's text messages because it's got to be, well, no, it's voice. I mean, but it's
Does it go
it's
into
got
his
to be a
head?
brief message. Yes, it goes straight to his head. Yes. I mean, it's the same
Cool.
thing. It's the same thing that they've been using to contact you, except this is specific to him.
Perfect. All right, I'll take that.
Before we go, I will take out the locket.
That's not
I
what I
don't know
thought
if
you were
you
going to
want to-
say. Sorry. I
What
just,
did you think I was gonna say?
well, you were kind of motioning like this, and you were starting to say, "I will take," and I thought you were gonna pull your hood off.
Oh god, no! No, I learned my lesson.
I was like, "What?" Which, I mean,
No,
you're
I will
you're
take the
you're in
locket.
human form, so it wouldn't have mattered. But I'm just saying.
Right, yeah.
Sorry, continue.
I will take the locket. I do not know if you want to show this to your wife, but I thought that you should at least look at it. And I give it to him.
He takes it and thank you for showing this to me. He hands it back to you. I think probably this would go better giving it back to Reed's son. But it helps to give context.
Okay.
Okay. So yeah, I think that Raid is going to escort you all back, at least as far as the lightning rail station thing. Yeah, you guys wanna with a plan here?
We're gonna turn the city upside down. We're gonna find these two girls.
Make a strength check.
Okay.
Scorched
Flip
earth.
side the tables.
Strength check. Huh? Oh no, that's a save. Sorry, that was a save. Hold on 1 second.
Natural 20.
There we go. Perfect.
Same thing.
All right. I don't think I can flip the city.
Yeah, you go to
I don't
grab.
think you can flip a rock.
Oh, snap.
Depends on the size of the rock.
This city is obviously corrupt. We need to burn it down and build a new.
Anyway,
Anytime we are traveling around, I'm keeping an eye out, by the way.
okay.
We should give that note to Savan. The Lord Arcaran letter.
Oh, that one.
I
The hall
take it.
pass.
Yeah. The hall pass. Out of all of us, I think she's the one that definitely needs it the most. So it seems like we need to go to the biggest temples, maybe the smallest temples. I don't know. We just need to start canvassing, start figuring out what we can find out. We need to find them.
Stop by the library where we saw those folks before. I don't imagine
Of-
they'd come back, but
Of the places that I would know of the seedier spots, are any of them near a temple?
Oh, same question for me.
I assume you mean the Temple of Elena.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean there are not a million of these temples. There are in the whole city, I'd say maybe a dozen or so, spread throughout the city. But and the one where you saw Natha, that was sort of a middle class area. But yeah, you can think of sort of a seedier area of town, where there is a pretty rundown temple of Elena.
so, and also not to leave a job unfinished, we might want to stop by and talk to Danvin as well, because to deliver this, and also don't think he's paid us yet.
We should also
Yeah.
take that gold from that chest that Godric's been lugging around.
Yes, we should.
Do you want to?
Okay, but hold on. Before we go on this, I have a actual roleplay thing.
Okay.
Who benefits from this? Who benefits from the Temple of Welena and the city guards being at each other's throats? What if we're
Seems like
looking
it's
in the
not
wrong
just-
places?
Seems like it's not just the temple now. The way they're cracking down, everyone is up against the guards.
It has crossed my mind that perhaps someone is attempting to frame the followers of Welena.
And who would want to do that?
Followers of Benton, potentially.
We all look at God.
We all look at Godric.
He immediately crosses his arms. We would never. What benefit?
You would never.
What benefit would followers of Benton possibly have?
How do followers of Benton generally feel about followers of Welena?
he he says, we disagree with them.
Do you now?
So if we can believe that there are sects of, the followers of Welena, why can't we believe that there are similar radical sects in the followers of Benton? It's only logical.
He says, the rules of the follow the. Let me try this again.
He always does that. That's
Yes.
good. Yeah.
Just like Max.
Yep.
He says, the worship of Benton is a disciplined worship. Reason and order are paramount. There's nothing reasoned and orderly about framing followers of Welena for no particular reason.
What happens when all the followers of Velena are no longer in the city? Order.
Then, yes, the city becomes largely a more orderly place, but we wouldn't wish them harm.
Or it's
You
neither.
wouldn't. It could be neither, but it could also be someone thinking that the end justifies the means.
Or if it's something that's causing all this unrest, maybe it's someone that wants to take over the ruling class. It could be anyone. My point is, we can't just look at the temples of Welena anymore. That assumes that it's the temples of Welena that are the problem. And it very much could just be anyone. We need to broaden our net.
He kind of huffs at this, but he doesn't argue anymore.
Which also means anyone we interact with is dangerous. We need to be careful. And I mean, obviously, Savan, you're already being careful, but means the rest of us, as we're asking questions, this could get very dangerous. We need to watch our backs.
Godric goes, "Don't worry, I'll know if anybody's lying to us."
That's actually something he would have said
I
too,
give
so that's
him-
good.
Yes.
Yeah, I give him a pat on the back and I say, "Good. We're counting on you." So where do we start?
That is the question, isn't it? We can split up.
Well, we should probably let Godric put that chest down.
Yeah, so
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
bring
how
our
much gold's in the chest?
I'm assuming you would have,
let's
like, long
assume that
ago.
you guys took care of that last night. You divvied that out. I don't think he carried that chest all the way back to the city.
I mean, he's
He's
not here
pretty
tonight,
stubborn.
so yeah.
Yeah. All
So we
right.
could have made him.
All right. Are you ready for this?
Uh-huh.
No.
Wow, that's a lot of numbers.
Nice. Okay. So all that divided by 4. Is someone going to do the math or should I get my calculator?
I'll do it.
Okay.
That's the gemstones are 50 gold each, by the way. I cut off the end of that.
Okay, I'll do the math.
What kind of gemstones are they?
They do you have knowledge of jewels?
Maybe for spellcasting.
Maybe. I just want to know what they look like. I want to. Durilium wants to know if they're pretty.
Oh, gotcha. They are actually. They're sort of a rainbow-ish color.
Mhm.
Yeah. They yeah, there are a lot of different colors to them.
Cool. Yeah, that's all I wanted to know.
Yep. All right. So, where to?
Are you mathing or? Okay.
You see the smoke coming off from his head.
His eyes glaze over and he T-poses and just floats behind us wherever we go. Well, wherever we go, you'll feel like stopping by Danvin's first, at least to see if he's home. We could tie that up
Sure.
before we start on something else, and keep our eyes out on the way.
Sounds like a good idea.
Okay.
Alright.
As you are on your way, jeez, you pass
What kind of
by.
saving throw do we need?
No, you don't need a saving throw yet. You pass by the temple, where you saw Natha those couple of times, and you see 3 guards, basically bodily dragging her out of the temple.
Do I recognize any of them? Is it the guard who bumped into me?
Make a perception check.
I'll take it.
No, you do not believe that any of these 3 are the one that bumped into you.
Okay.
This is your call, Savan.
So you know that thing where you flip a coin and then that tells you whether you want to do something or you don't?
The one that requires
Not
you to
familiar.
decide what a high or low roll means before you roll it?
We did say we
What?
should probably lay low.
I will say, unless you recast it again, your disguised self is probably up by now.
I'll let it go.
I didn't mean to discourage you. I just...
No. I meant I'll let
Yeah.
them dragging Natha away go. Like,
Okay.
I'll let it go. I won't interfere.
Okay.
Reservation is gonna win on this one. No. Ah.
That's what a GM loves to hear. Anguish in his player's voice. That's all I ask for.
Fuck it. I cast it again and I go up to the guards and ask where they're taking her.
I'll follow her.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, they yeah, one of the guards turns and says, "It's official city business. None of your concern."
It is my concern because she's a friend of mine. Where are you taking her?
I think they're just going to ignore you and keep on going.
We're here on the order of Lord Arkarin. Unhand her. Give him the note.
I pull out the note.
Uh,
We are part of this investigation. I would like to know where you are taking.
he kind of waves to another guard that's nearby, to come and take his place with helping her, and they start to continue to drag her off while he stops to talk to you. And he looks very frustrated, and he kind of snatches the note out of your hand. This note doesn't say that you're in charge of the investigation. It says you are not to be bothered. We're not bothering you.
You're dragging away her friend.
Me by dragging away one of my colleagues. I just want to know where you are taking her. I'm not asking you to not take her. I just want to know where I can find her.
He hands the note back, and
I think she's very important to this investigation.
Sorry, what was that?
I think that she is important to this investigation.
Really? And why do you think that?
Because she is a leader of one of the temples of Welena. She may have some I'm not saying that she is involved in any way, but that perhaps she's noticed someone acting strangely or people gathering at places. I don't know. I think she could be a good resource. I want to know where you are taking her.
He gestures kind of down the street in the direction that they're taking her to the garrison.
Was that so hard?
He says, just how good of a friend of yours is she? Are you a member here as well?
A member?
He gestures back to the temple.
No, I have only recently gotten to the city.
Then how do you know her?
We've been working undercover for Lord Arkarin.
Make a deception check.
He said it. I'm gonna let him do it. Yes.
Yeah, I meant for him to do it.
Okay, good.
I'm a very convincing liar.
Yeah, I think Cole and Savan, you both kind of look at him like, wait, what?
Are you talking? I
Have we
deafened
been?
myself. I didn't hear anything you just said.
Oh, yeah. I was just saying, you both look at him surprised because he sounds very convincing as he says that.
Mm-hmm.
The guard says, he just kind of gets a confused look on his face, and he says, "Fine, I have no time for this. We will find out whatever information she has."
Okay.
All right.
And he kind of storms off after the other three guards.
I really hope I didn't just fuck her over.
Yeah. Well, this just means we need to figure out who really did it as soon as possible. Also, we need to not do that again if possible. But I can appreciate not wanting people being dragged away. I really can. We're gonna have to make some sacrifices, but we need to move forward.
Okay.
All right, so you make your way to Danny Boy's house. I think for the sake of this, we'll say he's at home for today. Normally he'd be at work, but because the city is closed down, there's not a lot of use for messengers. So yeah, it's a good reason he's at home. Yeah, so you knock and he comes to the door. You have news. What have you learned?
So we found Nira, I suppose. Fortunately, it seems she's passed away as well. So,
She passed away. What happened to her?
seems she triggered some traps breaking into a vault.
Oh,
Not sure exactly how, but
how long has she been dead?
didn't seem too long. I'm not lying.
So then,
That's true. You're right. Okay. Yeah.
you're right on the edge of it. Um, um, but he goes, so then it couldn't have been my father.
No. It was far away, and the Arkarans know that.
Speaking of which, I pull out the locket and I give it to him.
He
She
takes it
had that.
and kind of blinks for a few times. Well, it's certainly strange to see a picture of my father with another woman. But I suppose this explains some things. Really must have loved her. Well, he goes to kind of hand the locket back to you.
You do not want it?
Oh, you're giving it to me. Um, yes, I think I would like it. Thank you. Well, I don't know how I can possibly thank you. You have been simply wonderful in all of this. I really appreciate how you've gone so far and above and beyond.
Of course, we do what we can to help.
Well, I suppose that this is that the job is complete then. I thank you.
You're welcome.
Do we get paid at the guild? Is that what's going on right now?
So, if you remember back to session 1,
Oh, of
No,
course.
I
Hold on.
don't.
1 second. 1 second. Hiding face, 7 porch, stigma. Nope. Don't have anything.
Oh shit, was it
Nothing
that we
mentioned
don't get
about
paid, we
payments.
just get whatever loot we get?
there it is.
Oh, perfect. Cool.
When you get a mission from the guild that involves potential treasure, typically that is your payment.
I wish I hadn't
grab a
given
lamp
him
and
the
light
locket.
I mean, I'm doing the math here. We're gonna be okay.
Yeah. What is it, like 75 gold and then a whole bunch of silver?
No, it's 605 gold pieces that you have to split up between 4 people. Did you not see what the
No.
number? It's big numbers.
No, I meant 75 each.
150 each.
150 each.
150? It is 3 a.m.
Okay, that's fair.
Fair.
I have it here. I'll send it. I'll put it in the Discord.
I also haven't done math since college. And even then,
Boy,
it was discreet now.
we're gonna be blaming everything on the hour, aren't we now?
I can so real.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of the hour, it is about that time. Unless there's anything else you want to do with Danvin,
Nah.
call it there.
No.
We're good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah, he goes around to shake each of your hands, very appreciatively. And he says, if you ever need anything from the messenger service, please let me know.
Absolutely, we will.
Will do. Actually, if you get a letter addressed to me, I don't know if I actually left a return address in the city, but hoping to get a letter at some point. If you have a way to let me know, I guess if they send it to the guild that we work for now, that'll do. Or actually, what's your apartment, Zapaklu?
It's blah 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 street, blah 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 street.
Yes.
Mindrin.
He says, how many
Mindrin.
how many bees is in that?
Just like it sounds.
Okay.
Oh.
He says, excuse me. Yeah, Danvin says I gotta stop smoking so much.
Wow. Seems like not great for a messenger if you're running places. Wait, do you run places? Do you have horses? Like, what's the deal?
He's a supervisor. He doesn't run.
Oh, he's a supervisor. Oh, okay. All right, that's fine.
Yeah, but he says, yeah, Cole, if we get anything for you, I will make sure that we get it to Zapaklu's place.
I appreciate it.
All right. Well, I think that's a good place to wrap it up for tonight.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
First quest complete.
Yes.
Done. Take it off the sticky or the pin. All right. Jump to that. Edit. Boom. Danvid, Nira, Vault, gone.
Cool. And you got?
We kill the stream.
Oh, yeah, let me do that. Yeah, so thanks for watching,
Bye,
everyone.
chat.
Be sure to tune in again on
Bye.
Tuesday. All right.